Good morning. It's very early. I don't even think it's 7 o'clock, but I am an early bird and I have to get online. I have to work today from home, thankfully. But anyway, so yes, I just woke up face with a little bit of coffee. But I just want to give you guys an update on what's going on over here in Zone 6. We finally got some rain. And we're going to call this video, Every Gardener Loves It When It Rains, which it has not rained enough. Anywho, back to the video. Let's turn this around and give you guys an update of what's going on. First, my very first greenhouse I got, was it last year? No, about 2 years ago. Anyway, we got plants in there, extra plants in there, mostly tomatoes and just a few peppers. I have sunflowers in there that I have to plant somewhere. Don't ask me where. Okay, let's keep it moving. My cool, loving plants have been flourishing. A lot of these things I have grown from seed. I have been given some pansies and I grew them for seed for the first time. Isn't that lovely? And then this is a butterfly pea that's gonna grow up this trellis on both sides. The annual phlox, guys, I love it. I love the annual phlox. I think I will grow these again. So these are just random things. Like I grew eucalyptus from seeds, so some of the seeds did really well. I think I started them too early. We got rosemary in here. Oh gosh, I cannot think of the name of this one. It'll come to me later. And my snapdragons are starting to bloom, getting taller. My alyssum, there's more phlox over there. Chamomile, all the things. And I put out my garden decor, which if you know me, I love frogs. So all my frogs are out. I have to plant the king frog up over there, or toad, whatever you want to call them. But things are busting at the seams. So most of the flowers you'll see will be snapdragons, annual phlox, of course a couple of marigolds, and like I said, the cool tolerant stuff. There's one of the frogs my granddaughter bought me for Mother's Day last year or year before. This is a volunteer chamomile. I guess the seed fell down up in there and it germinated, and it's huge, nice, big, and vigorous in this pot. My lavender is going back. I always cut back my lavender in spring because this is like a beast. Lavender is a beast and I love it. Those are lilies coming up over there. I put out my lime quat mandarin trees out, brought them out the house. They've been out here for a while. They've suffered through a lot of the cool weather that was like in the 40s and stuff, so they've survived, so they should be okay. But it's a lot of stuff back there. My apple trees, I planted in my moonflower, which is a vine. The Wagila is about to bloom. My David Austin rose is about to bloom. I have a lot of buds on those. This is another rose that I bought as a bare root from Home Depot a couple years back, and this is the only one that survived. This is a pussy willow. Don't ask me where it came from. I don't know if I brought one of my pussy willows from out the house and used it as a stake or something out here, and it just rooted. So I left it and pulled the blueberry bush out of this and put the blueberry bush in the ground right there. But anyway, these are purple top turnips I just threw in here. I try to throw stuff, like if I see space, I'm going to throw something in there. So these are purple top turnips, okay? And I do harvest the turnip greens and keep the bulb in ground to allow it to get bigger, right? So anyway, so we just divert the energy back to the bulb when we remove the leaves. So it makes the bulbs bigger. And I've already harvested some purple turnip tops as well. Now in the hanging baskets off the deck, we got basil and we got the small tomatoes. So this is like a patio tomato, cherry tomato. It won't get that big. It'll get big enough for a pot, and I'll be able to harvest a few cherry tomatoes off of that. All of this crap over here we threw down because the upper deck we're gonna do first. This is our next project. I'll show you the first project in a minute. We're done. Anywho, I've already power washed it. I want to do it one more time. And I want to put deck paint on it. And then put the polyurethane on it because we do use outdoor rugs, which can kind of diminish your stain. So we were told after we, put the deck paint on it and, part sealer, then put a polyurethane grit with grit in it to kind of protect the stain, or the deck paint, should I say. Anyway, so I've already done this deck. We have to do the lower deck, but that's coming. Anyway, my two blueberry bushes, these are very young. I got them last year. They were very tiny, so I don't expect these to get like really, really big this year. Next year they'll probably bush out some more. This is actually a part of the blueberry bush that I had for 3-4 years. I just divided it. And this is the other newer one, and this is a new one. So I'm gonna get a few on here this year, but I don't expect a lot. Again, purple turnip tops. Again, I've been harvesting greens off of and freezing them. I got my catmint right there that's doing awesome. A lot of these shrubs that you see that are just still green are hydrangeas, like maybe a strawberry vanilla. I know I got like a fire. I can't even think of it right now. I'll tell you guys in a minute. But anyway, a smaller pot of rosemary and zinnias. And remember I said I was going to call this video Gardeners Love It When It Rains. I have used these 2 rain barrels plus another one we have off the garage. I used all of it. I mean, literally, I've watered this garden 3, maybe 3.5 times with those 2 barrels and the one that's off the garage. But we haven't had any rain. And we finally got some rain yesterday, but it wasn't a long rain, right? We had the wind, we had the thunder, we had the lightning, but I think it rained for like 20 minutes. So I know these things aren't as full as I need them to be because I had to use the faucet to water. Yeah, I shouldn't be able to do that, and I'm doing that. This is pretty full because when this gets full, it runs to this one, and this one is probably like a quarter full. So yeah, I need more rain. They say we might get more today. I hope so, because I really need the rainwater. Anyway, that's an old timer right there. But anyway, again, my hydrangea bushes are bushing out, and I planted up a lot of things. As you will see, gardening is not a pretty job. When you watch those channels where everything is like perfect and neat, and that only lasts for so long. And a lot of times they do that just for the video. I can remove all of this netting and you guys could get the gist of what I got going on, which sometimes I do, but because I'm coming out early this morning, first time, I haven't had time to undo all of this that I've done. So anyway, but this is just giving you guys a picture of what I've done now that I put pretty much everything out. I kicked everything out of the greenhouse and out of the house. They got evicted, right? The garlic is doing well. I should be harvesting it maybe sometime in June. I pulled a lot of lettuce out of here and popped in some peppers. That's more of my pepper over there, poblano and cayenne. Over there, they were struggling a little bit. My carrots is in that blue, which a lot of my carrots did not come up. Not as many as I put in here, right? Not a lot of carrots came up. I'm thinking about putting more carrots in there because, like, seriously, you cannot take up this whole raised bed with 10 little carrots. No, that doesn't work for me. Anywho, I have a lot of beans growing over here, peppers on the other side. I'm gonna throw in probably a cucumber on the end. And again, I popped in little flowers here and there. These 2 beds are exploding with cabbage. Cabbage loves water. Celery, I mean, they're busting at the seams. Again, we got so windy last night that, as you see, it blew off the netting, which I'm going to cover back up because that little white moth will start flying around and laying eggs and destroy my crop. And you know we can't have that, right? So I'm going to come back in here and secure this netting before I go in the house. So anyway, as you can see, this bed of cabbage, celery, and onions is doing awesome. We cannot complain. And I'm going to try to move the camera slow so your eyes won't go crazy. We got more cabbage over here, collards, mustards. I threw my okra in here, my very tall okra. We even got a loofah that I finally planted in, and it's going to grow up and vine up the arbor. Okay. Then we have my raspberry bush that I potted up last year that's doing really good. I should get more berries this year. I popped in a few snapdragons. All snapdragons was grown from seed. We got some butterfly, what you call this thing? Butterfly bush, not butterfly, but I forget the name of it, but it's a plant that attracts butterflies. Don't ask me what this is, I don't remember. It's a canterbury down in there. I'm just gonna let it stay. I popped in a squash here. And again, more peppers, more flowers. Oh, I just love this phlox. More squash, there's 2 squashes in here, and more peppers, and a few flowers. Okay. Lettuce is over here. Again, onions, nasturtiums, mustard greens, celery. A nasturtium, a variegated nasturtium with a mustard green down up in there. But we're supposed to get up in 80s again today, and a 30% chance of rain. I really need it to rain. I need my barrels filled, so we need some rain. Okay, so I'm gonna walk back this way. Okay, I'm going back the way we started. I'm gonna walk back this way, and then my little aisle of peppers, Fresno peppers. Which one is this? This is the datil pepper. The beds out here, the round beds out here, are mostly my tomatoes. I'm doing Marvel tomato, San Marzano, and Romas, and the little small cherry tomatoes as well. My green stalks are doing awesome. I threw in a cayenne pepper, threw in some alyssum, purple top turnips, petunias. Look at this petunia. My sister, Delphine, did not realize, my sister in Christ, Delphine, did not. She thought, hold on. Okay, I'm back. She thought this was a geranium because of how fluffy this was. And I said, no, it's a petunia. And she was like, girl, you sure? You sure? I'm very sure. Aren't these beautiful? Like, they're really pretty magenta. So I have some of these in there. Jalapenos. My strawberries are coming back. These were from last year. They are coming back. And a little bit of everything. Marigolds. Same thing going over here. Strawberries, nasturtiums, thyme. Baby carrots at the bottom. You could plant a lot of things in green stalks. And I think either yesterday or today is their last day of the Mother's Day sale, which is the best sale. Okay. This is my golden raspberry. I'm going to get some raspberries this year. I bought that last year. This is another green stalk. I have to put this one on a spinner. This is not on a spinner, so I won't be able to turn this around. But anywho, I just threw in a collard green just to see how big it'll get. I got some micro tomatoes. Let's come up. I got some micro tomatoes. I got a dwarf kale, Fresno chili. Here's another one of those petunias. This one got beat up from the storm yesterday. But yeah, it's a little bit of everything in there, and more carrots. So I'm loving that. So those are my 3 green stalks, and everything is doing. So anytime I take something out, I got to put something in. Like, I think I'm going to put a sorrel lettuce in this one because I just emptied this one. So I'm gonna put a sorrel lettuce in that one. Okay, here's my other tomato bed with all the tomatoes and the basil and the marigolds and the alyssum. Threw a hibiscus in here. That's a lemon bush, new plant, so I don't expect any lemons. That's ginger that I sprouted in the house. I brought it outside. I think I need to put this in part shade. And if that's the case, I need to move this to the flower bed because it gets morning sun. This get afternoon sun, and I'm thinking that might be too much for the ginger. So I may have to move this. So I have to do my research because I can't remember what it prefers. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Do not look at the grass because my grass has been going through. I built it up so well last year, and this year, well, this spring, we have destroyed it with projects and laying stuff on the grass and grass not breathing. So I have to restore my grass. Anyway, I have a little surprise. La 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 la. Ta-da! I have been watching this greenhouse. I've always wanted one. And I kept going back and look, which one do I want? Which one do I want? I didn't want the $300, $400, $500 ones because, in my opinion, they just won't last as long. And I just didn't want that. I just figured if I'm going to do this, do it, right? And I knew it was going to take a lot. I knew it was going to take the leveling of the ground. And I did all my research. I watched 1,000 videos, read all the things. And I settled on this one. This one is from Backyard Discovery. It's a company that sells outdoor gazebos, pergolas, greenhouses, outdoor kitchens, bars, whatever, all the things. And they sell the kit. And they are very informative. They give you a video app that you could download to go step by step. We didn't use the video app. We actually just used the manual, which you can just go page by page. Done very well. So I would definitely recommend Backyard Discovery if you're looking for an outdoor greenhouse or pergola or the things I just mentioned. So I gave my honey a month. I would say it took him about a month because our thing was we knew we had to build a platform because you cannot build this on an uneven surface. So he had a friend of his to help him build the platform, the base basically, and they used treated wood, excuse me, and stained it. So it's on not on treated wood. It's all leveled out. This is a 9x6. We're going to go inside in a minute, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So it comes with all the things, okay? All the things, okay? Fan, electric box, vent, faucet. It has a window. We're actually planning, like, my husband, I'm like, why did you do this? See, this is what I'm telling y'all about my grass going through stuff. Because the greenhouse is not close to the house, in order to have electricity, we're going to run a line underground. And this is why you see this trench. And the outlet is going to be attached to the garage. So he ran the trench last night. And I'm like, why did you do this? We're not ready to do it, right now. But what can we say? Him downstairs. Okay, that's all I got to say. Anybody who know me, when I say him downstairs, they know what that means. Excuse me. Anyway, so we're just going to run the trench. So we got the cord. And he's going to put PVC pipe. He's going to thread it through the PVC pipe and run the line like that. So I'll be glad when they finish because I need to arrange my pots like I had them. I had it all staged using the cinder blocks and stuff. So these are all my dahlias and little smaller plants in the pot with them. If I sound nasally, forgive me. I have allergies, okay? Anyway, he must have took this out because of the storm. But anyway, so let's go inside. And the plan is to put white rocks all on this side. So let's go inside. Again, the name of the company is called Backyard Discovery. This is your last step. When you're building this, they said this is your last step. Okay, let's go inside. This is all cedar wood. Now, one thing I do want to do, you know, the spring on the door, I want to get the one where you can push the little thing back, and I need to put something to hold this door. So let's grab the soil. Okay, that didn't work. Let's throw it over here. There we go. All right, sorry guys, I had to put something to hold the door. Anyway, I want to get the one where not only you can swing it back, but you can also, is that already on there? I don't think so. But anyway, you guys get the gist of pushing the thing back where it would just stay open, because it does swing back and forth. One of the things I added immediately after this was done is a screen, a magnetic screen. So, because you have to leave this door open. I came home from work one day last week and it was 122 degrees in here. My plants was like, what the hell? Like, really? So anyway, I put this up because I want to be able to leave this open, and then I'm going to go open up the window that you'll see in a moment. So I've already added some shelves already, but I am in the market of looking for a longer shelf for that back wall, but I'll show you in a minute. So this is magnetic. So you push through, and when I turn around, it closes back on its own. Love it. Okay, I just put this in here yesterday because I harvested some parsley and I just hung it. I found this shelf at the thrift store and I asked my honey to put it on. I think I paid, it was 25% off of $3, off of $3.97. So 25% off of that. So let's say I just paid maybe like under $3 for that. So a little shelf. And I want the same type of shelf right here, but I want to, I'm turning around, this is the back wall, and I want to stretch it across the full wall, right? And maybe put it about right up in here, because I want some type of clearance above, and I want clearance under. So I saw one at Home Depot, but I'm checking thrift stores first before I give them my money, right? So those are a couple of dahlia tubers that I'm trying to sprout. So I don't have everything in here. So again, you know, I mean, it's only been like maybe close to a week of being done. Anyway, I got some solar lights. I'm gonna have him to hang outside. Right now it's only 61 degrees in here. I keep a thermostat in here. That's the cord we're gonna use. My honey was like, it's probably too long. I told him we could just put the access in here and roll it up and secure it under here somewhere. Some of my steps, decorative garden steps I'm gonna put out. I bought this out of the thrift store. It says, what happens at grandma's house stays at grandma's house. It did not have this on here. It was just basically like this. It didn't have this on here, but it was basically like this. But I took a napkin and I kind of Mod Podged it and then sanded down, because I do like the cottagey look. And then I spray painted that this the same color as the chairs you saw out in front. So anyway, and this is another shelf I bought at the thrift store last year, and I actually have two of these, but it really doesn't fit the panels on the walls, so I just told my husband just put the one right here. And so there's the fan, and the fan is made not to blow in but to blow hot air out. So that's the fan. This is the electrical system that we have to get ready. So you have 3 outlets and you have 3 USB connections. And this you could use like to hang stuff on. And again, I love it. Now you cannot see out. This is not a clear polycarbonate panel for the windows, which I don't mind. Because my husband's like, well, you can't see. Yes, I can see. I can see images, and people don't need to see what I'm doing up in here. So it's fine by me. Okay. So then the shelving was already put together. You just had this install it. So this is one wall of shelf that come with it. And then this is the other wall of shelf. So you have like a L shape, which is the length of the width of the greenhouse. And then you have the dimension of the greenhouse as well. So it's a nice space. There's plenty of space under for storage. I got that little basket at the thrift store as well. These chairs I happen to have, and they fit perfectly out here. It's 2 of them. And then there's the vent. So we put this fake grass down. My daughter had some fake grass left over from her place. So I was like, put that grass down. And so all he did, because this is the treated wood, that he's staying. What he did for me, he just poked a few little holes in here and there, so if there is water, for whatever reason I'm watering something, that the water could drain out, because that was the whole thing. I'm like, the water has to drain. Where the water gonna go? Not that it's gonna be a lot. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. There's the spout, this faucet, and so I'm gonna hook a rain barrel to that. So the rain barrel hasn't gotten here yet, but I'm gonna hook a rain barrel to that. So he's gonna put a gutter on the side. Let's look around. He's gonna put a gutter on the side, and then and have the gutter run down the rain barrel behind the greenhouse. And then that way, I don't know if we're gonna do a transfer pump. We'll figure out something. But anyway, but you can do that as well. So again, love this greenhouse. It's well made. It took some time to put it together, but patience is something that you need. And we did page by page, literally. Supplies, set everything separately, from your hardware to your panels, and just go step by step. And we completed it, and I'm very happy. So that's the big surprise. But as you guys could probably see, that all the things in the back, and I like a cottage garden, so excuse the mess, but I like cottage gardens. But anyway, so all of this stuff is coming up. My lilacs, my peonies, my lupine. Let me go in a little bit. My lupine. See, my husband did this. I told him he creating a mess already. My lupine is starting to open and flourish. Peonies are starting to come up. Lilies. Just everything. This is the first time that this bush has blossomed. This is, I think, the little Kim lilac. This is the first time. This one right here is a little wild, I have to say. This one is a little wild. And like I said, my lilies are starting to come up. Rose of Sharon. I threw some hyssop down here, echinacea. I can't think right now. Poppies. All kind of stuff is in here, guys. All kinds of stuff. This is the other little Kim lilac. I didn't realize these suckers get this big, so I'll be cutting this back a lot. More lupin, the Arnold Joy sedums. Again, my lilies, columbine is blooming, and then all the stuff like that, feverfew, just all the things, guys. Okay, we cleaned up this area. We just threw down what are the weed barrier, sand, because we was going to do pavers, but pavers cost too much, at least the ones that I want. So I just said, let's just do mulch. So we did the mulch. Again, the outlet is going to go on the back of this garage for the greenhouse. But yeah, so that's behind the garage. Don't nobody see that. Okay. Anyway, my grass, look at my grass. My grass, it's like, what the hell is happening? But anyway, again, I threw down some seeds and stuff. So anyway, I put down my sweet potato slips. Is all in this one, with a couple of snapdragons and marigolds. That's going to be my lemon balm and chocolate mint. And then, of course, with some other little random flowers. So just pan around a bit to just give you a view of what I'm seeing when I walk out here. Okay, let's go to the front. Another reason I want to do this video, this early part of the day, because it's quiet. Oh, I love this. This bloomed early spring, and the flowers were absolutely gorgeous. I think I put you guys this on camera before, but I just underplanted with some gomphrena. And I don't know if this maple survived, but I just put some gomphrena in it, and it'll bloom out probably midsummer to just give it some interest over there. But yeah, so I should have the Black Eyed Susan vine come up on this arbor. Okay. So let's go to the front really quick. Walk with me. So this is another planters that I potted up. This is lavender, zinnias, gomphrena. I still can't remember the name of that one. Dahlia, more zinnias. I think that's a weed. We're going to take that out. But a dahlia is in there. Let's go to the front. My neighbors be like, what is she doing? Mind your business. Say that. Anyway, I keep the front of the house more conservative. Oh, I'm so glad I came out here because I need to get my deer and rabbit repellent because I definitely saw a rabbit yesterday. Anyway, that's my hydrangea. That's gonna get like 6 to 8 feet. Another rose bush, hookah, some sedum. This is an azalea that I bought last year. It opens up during the day. Hold on. It opens up during the day. It's very pretty. It's yellow and white. So everything is coming up here from the echinacea to the hydrangeas, the alliums, and then my David Austin rose is huge. Look at all of the buds. Look at the buds. I'm loving it. So basically, it's the same thing on this side. Here come my daughter. They're about to take my babies to school. The same thing is on this side. Alliums. All the things. Basically repetitive except the rose bush. We just got this bush right here. Now, a freaking something, raccoon or something, came and bit off the heads of my Globe Masters. This is a Globe Master allium. Is that not beautiful? It just opened. Isn't that gorgeous? And 3 of them were bit off from something. But anyway, we got bee balm, snapdragons, marigolds. Here's the other 3 that's about to open. These were the ones that the heads got bit off. One. Hey, y'all. Have a good day. Bye. Anyway, they on their way to school. I think I got some. Oh, yeah. It's getting ready to get cold again, so this is Dill. I didn't know Dill was out here. So it's Dill out here, Cosmos, Snapdragons, all the things, marigolds, zinnias. I'm thinking about putting some sunflowers up here. So yeah, so I keep, like I said, I keep the front pretty conservative. This is a tight flower bed, so I don't want to get too crazy up here. So the back is where I do all the things. And then this is going to be a still bed. I planted this from a root. And then that maple survived. But then the rest is all hydrangeas. So again, I keep the front pretty conservative. You guys, as you can see, this flower bed is pretty tight. And then it's panned over. Yeah, so I keep it pretty tight up here. I don't get too crazy up here. So anyway, so before I go in, I'm going to come in with my deer and rabbit spray because I saw the little pesky rabbit and they get, desperate enough, they will chew on your precious plants. And certain ones they will definitely eat. Now, they already ate down one of my Rebecca's that I grew from seed. So let's see where that spray is. I bought the big bottle. And so this is my deer and rabbit repellent. It does not smell good. I'm telling you that right now. But whatever you try to do to save your flowers, do what you need to do. Okay? I don't plant my stuff in vain. So basically, I just take the bottle and just kind of just spray around a bit. We don't have issues with deers, but we definitely have issues with rabbits, squirrels, and raccoons. Raccoons really don't get back here. I've only seen a raccoon back here maybe one time. I don't do my vegetables with this, but I've only seen a raccoon back here one time. But I believe it was in a tree and it dropped down on my neighbor's storage unit, which is right next to our gate, and that's how he got in. But I scared the crap out of him to the point where he scurried and was trying to figure out how the hell I get out of here, because I definitely scared the crap out of him. And but I haven't seen one since. Now, if one is getting in that I'm unaware of, again, it's because I'm unaware. But yeah, because these are all flowers, and I don't know if something's going to get in here and get the munching. I just spray all over there. Of course, you have to reapply. Do not look at the grass. Of course, you have to reapply after rain, and that's why I'm doing it, because we did get some rain yesterday. So anyway, I'm going to cut this video short and What can we land on? What you guys want me to land on? Let's land on this beautiful garlic, my successful garlic that I finally grew. And next year, I think I'm gonna dedicate this entire bed to garlic. Okay, so you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be kind, be nice, be a blessing, and have a great day.